like that.
Okay,
so.
but you should probably view my live stream muted. Welcome everybody. Welcome back. We're here playing King of the Castle.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm here with Jackson, Shazam, and Andy. And they will be leading the factions of the various kingdom factions before we play here. Let's see, I'll name my monarch Spoonie, as he would be. Dynasty name. Of the Antwiler dynasty. Okay, friends can join the game via internet browser. All they need to do is go to kotc.app and input the code. Only 24 players can play, but that's okay. I think there's less than 24 over here.
Let me count.
Oh, Spoony, do you mind sharing the screen on Discord again?
Sure. 1 second.
Okay, I've counted. I'm pretty sure there's less than 24.
Awesome.
Okay, for the three factions, I'm going to choose the Counts,
Mm-hmm.
the Grandees, and the Patricians of the Coast.
Alright, I'll be Counts, Jackson will be Grandees, and Andy Patricians?
Okay, I'm going to black out the live stream for a second, because I don't know if we want to...
I mean, I have no idea what any of those means, but so why not? Let's see.
Alright.
Patricians are wealthy seafaring merchants noted for their cleverness, skill in negotiation, and ornate masks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, masks.
So should I let the stream see the...
The code? Not just yet.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys the code in a minute.
I see it. The stream. In the chat, I mean.
You're gonna have to organize us into our proper...
Oh, okay, whoever, Shazam is in the Grandees, okay.
So I guess you can probably can you pick us up and move us into the houses?
Well, you're already all assigned. It's Andy and the Counts, Shazam and the Grandees, and Jackson and the Patricians.
I thought there's I wonder if there's a way for me to swap that out.
Guess not.
Guess not? Alright.
Well,
I can drag people around, but I can't drag them to a different house.
Maybe it's possible once you open it up to chat.
Do you want me to do
Alright. Yep, open it up.
Okay, if you look at the, if you go to kotc.app, everybody, and you look at this, the room code, you enter the room code up there, you should be able to join the game, and you'll be joining one of the 3 noble houses under my illustrious reign. And you'll be able to vote along with the rest of your house. Well, you'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But you get to influence policy. But you gotta remember what team you're playing for. So if you're in the Counts, you gotta vote to benefit your own house. And so what'll happen is Andy, Shazam, and Jackson will try to talk you guys and try to influence the vote. So that you can lead your house to victory, potentially.
so can you drag us around now?
Can I drag you around now? I cannot.
Nope.
Alright.
Can you at least
Fair
make
enough.
sure we're at the top of our each individual houses? Or are we just stuck where we are?
We were the first ones in, and we'll just read out because we are in each house. We'll just read out for anyone who shows up in that color, right?
Yeah, fair.
And you can explain the game as we go along if there's anything needs explaining.
Mhm.
So
The one thing the one thing I will mention to everyone who is joining right now, if you look on the app, you'll see King of the Castle. You'll see your house name. So Yellow Team will see Grandees of the South, and you'll see your username. But at the top there, you see a stack of coins that's currently set to 1,000. That is your personal wealth as a lord, not your kingdom's wealth, not the wealth of the treasury of the kingdom. Your lord's personal wealth that you can do things with and will be affected by certain events in the game.
And so to explain what the houses are in brief, the Counts of the East are kind of an occult, very subterfuge-based house. They got a lot of occult practices.
I think a little bit of Transylvania going on.
Yeah, very Transylvanian. The Grandees of the South, as I recall, are very religious.
Yes. Religious and dualists. Yeah.
So they're a little confrontational. And the Patricians of the Coast are tradesmen, largely. They used to be pirates, but now they're the chief tradesmen of the kingdom. And so they value money above all
Specialize in
else.
crab futures.
Crab.
Yes, they do love crab futures. Yeah.
We get that, you guys will get that what that means.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully we can get one more in, and then we'll have an even 4, 4, and 4. Can you hover over balance solo noble votes? See if on the very bottom there.
With this enabled, the nobles' vote will count as much as the number of nobles in the second largest region. For example, if there are 3 barons, 2 chiefs, and 1 grandee in the game, 1 grandee's vote will be counted as 2 votes. So it doesn't really matter because there's more than 1 person in every...
Right. Okay, I see. Fair enough.
Anyone interested in joining and giving
But
us an
you know what? I'll enable it anyway in case the numbers...
There we go.
I'll enable it anyway in case the numbers drop.
Alright.
Fair.
Okay, so my goal is to acquire an heir and complete my ambition to win. So my goal is different from the rest of the 3 houses. Their goal is to create discord and unrest, and so to speak, and fulfill their own... They have their own private goals, or they will soon. But you'll see what that means in a minute here. Oh, you can see my pointer. Good. Each season, I'll get 3 events to play. Click on one to get started. Council introduction. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was done.
I was going to read off the how we each play. You can see on the left of the screen there, trade, farming, military, faith, and defiance. The first 4 are stats that our houses have, and it represents how effective we are at those things. Defiance is how we feel towards the house itself, and how rebellious our nation is feeling at the moment.
Against me, that is.
Yes.
Against the king, yes. Now, as you can see, us noble patricians are the best at trade there is, while those counts have their farming game down, and the grandees are rather spectacular in the faith game.
Yes.
Also, we can kick your ass.
Yeah, the counts also have the best military, which
Yeah,
is
true. They do have the highest military right now. Yeah. Interesting.
Now, each of us will have our own schemes based on what we're best at going forward in the game to try and overthrow the king, or maybe just keep things stable enough to go in and join with him. Either or. There's multiple ways that you can win this, theoretically. How our schemes play out, we'll see as we go. But remember, even if we don't succeed at a scheme in one state, we might be able to in the next.
Alright, so the first one we're going to do is the council introduction. These are the kingdom stats. If any of them are 0 at the end of the game, the game will end. So keep your stats above 0, everybody.
Specifically the kingdom. Specifically, that was the kingdom stat. So authority, treasury, or stability. If any of those reach 0, game ends.
Oh, the treasury can reach 0
Yeah.
and the game's over. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound very realistic.
If defiance is higher than both the authority and the stability, a region can trigger a rebellion. This will pause the scheme and is risky if military is low.
Okay.
Basically, that's the open revolt.
Yeah, you can have kingdoms can have a defiance-based victory, a rebellion-based victory. That pauses the scheme and says instead rebel.
Alright, now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the desolate east, the wealthy coast, and of course, the scorching south. So I wonder if this has any impact on anything on what order I do it in, but I doubt it. So I'll introduce
No,
myself to the...
it just shows the avatars. So then, Andy, you could read that out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, Your Grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor.
Thanks.
I gotta say, the Count Kombusar has some spectacular facial hair going on there. That is a beard to be proud of.
I know that Jackson is behind right now. Did you want Spoon to read for you, or did you want to catch up? Yeah? Alright.
A pleasure, Your August Majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign.
Thank you.
May the ninth god bless your reign, Your Highness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith.
You dress brightly, sir.
Thank you.
The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. The nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Okay, so let's do my coronation. We have to get crowned. Your Majesty, I scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless, and when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. They wouldn't dare. You should pay more attention to your history books, Your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. What? But it's my coronation. This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote, even this.
It's a relative monarchy.
I'm just a
Okay,
figurehead.
so this is the core gameplay mechanic now. Voting.
Okay, so...
Now, come, my fellows. I believe it is only fitting that we grant this coronation the resplendent service that it deserves.
Now, hold
that
on.
is to say, a lavish parade with
Hold on.
jugglers and
We
fountains
should
of
explain. We should explain what voting means here.
Yeah.
Some choices, most choices, really will have certain ramifications that will change statistics. For instance, this top option, which you can't see that clearly just yet, has two impacts. If I host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, this will reduce the treasury by 1,000 gold coins, but increase my stability by at least, well, by a certain amount. We don't know how much exactly. Usually just one, I think. Not all choices that change stats have these indicators, and they do not show the region affected. Okay. Okay, so the monarch can change how a vote is run with a law, so every vote I can impose a law, I suppose.
They're on a cooldown power, but yes.
You may use one law per vote. Try using your veto on one option you dislike. When the vote opens, nobles vote on which choice they want in the browser. The monarch may close the vote at any time after all nobles have voted or the timer hits 0. Okay. So the four options are host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. That increases faith, or somebody at least.
Probably me, because we're all about the ninth god up here.
Throw the king into the river, which will increase
Sounds
stability,
fun.
Stability
weirdly
goes
enough,
up.
but undermine my authority somewhat. Or troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield, which actually diminishes my authority also, but raises military.
It looks a little silly, but you're praising the military a little bit. In order to use on the powers, In order to use one of the powers, you pick the thing where it says select choice.
Okay, so
on there, by the way.
yeah, my 2 votes, I can either veto one option and throw it completely off the table, or I can use Monarch's vote, which gives me an extra vote.
Yeah. Now, how do you want to do table talk and banter? Do you want to do it here on this screen, or do it in the start the vote screen specifically, with the timer?
Oh, with the timer going? We can do it here. That's fine.
Okay.
How long is the timer?
30 seconds, I think it was.
Oh, then yeah, no way.
It's fair.
In 30 seconds, we won't even get off the ground.
Okay, I can't say I like.
behalf of the
I can't say I like any of these options. But one thing I do not want to do is waste the kingdom's money. So right away, I'm going to veto the lavish parade with
my
jugglers
lord!
and fountains of wine.
My lord, you must.
Well,
So that one's-
then I think that the only option afterwards is to proceed with the religious ceremony. At least keep the king's dignity intact, rather than throwing the king into the river or striding atop a shield. That seems so base.
Who cares about dignity? The kingdom is more important than one person's dignity, no matter their state.
Speaking on behalf of the Christians,
I will not have this throne room filled with crusty jugglers.
If you want to speak about the religious ceremony, since we owe this kingdom's prosperity to the waves, it is only making sense that we throw the king into the river.
Oh, thank
Show him show him as a man of the people, and ultimately one of us. One of us. One of us.
If y'all want my vote, yes, the king says y'all.
We wanted that. That would be the monarch vote, but okay.
I would be okay with a nice religious ceremony. But that's just me. I don't know. So let's start this vote. I'm gaveling this session to order.
All right.
Now, remember, you guys don't have to vote in line with what we say. Like, I might be the leader of the patricians, ostensibly, but you don't have to vote in line with me if you don't want.
Right.
Said, you don't have to vote in line with anyone else you want either. Go with
Right
what
now-
your heart said.
Yeah, right now we don't have any specific goals set out yet. This is more like a bit of a preamble that kind of sets the default. But once the specific goals are set,
So be it! The king shall be
all
thrown
right.
into the river.
Man of the people.
So my question is,
always happen.
is there a setting to have the timer longer? Because I think for all the people connected,
I don't think I can change it. Well, hang on.
In fairness, all but one person voted successfully.
I cannot change the timers.
That is a shame.
However, the vote doesn't actually end until the monarch presses next,
Oh, that's true.
right?
Oh, okay.
So that is up to your discretion. However, if the monarch feels like they're going to lose, they can just be like, and done. Next, voting's over. Right?
Well, it was
So-
close, but I'm gonna accept my take my medicine here. It is decided. The king will be thrown into the river. My authority is dropped to 4.
Stability's gone up.
My
What kind
loyal
of coronation
patricians
is
all
that?
voted in line with me. Wonderful.
A very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true king.
Oh, I think they were doing something else with Queen
Religious
Alma.
ceremony.
The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the bank soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? Whatever.
I think, back in the times of Honorable Queen Alma, the ceremony was called the Wet T-shirt contest.
There we are. That's it. That's it.
Get it, everybody.
The monarch must acquire an heir and complete their ambition to win the game. A spouse is useful, but not necessary. Complete your ambition before one of the house's schemes or rebellions usurps me, or before I lose all my authority, treasury, or stability. You Your Majesty, the first few years of your reign are the most difficult. You're new and unproven. The nobles of the council will scheme against you, hoping to kick you off the throne and put their own puppet claimant in their place. These fools couldn't scheme their way out of a paper bag.
Hey!
Better kings than you have been toppled by their treacherous nobles, Your Majesty.
Everyone disliked that.
Everyone will remember that. To defeat their schemes and secure an heir, and prove that you are worthy of the crown by completing an ambition. My question is this: when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? For my wonderful schnoz.
So now you get to pick your goal here.
Okay.
What kind of a king are you?
I think that they will wish to remember me as... I'm trying to see what the kingdom is the strongest at already here. Not authority, as the greatest king who ever lived. And not military, since that's not our best trade here.
The greatest king who ever lived. You gotta start being dunked in the river. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
should really
say,
go
as the father of the nation, our goal will be to farm.
Indeed.
I'm a man of the people. Are you concerned with the welfare of the commoners, or are you just hoping for a favorable passage in the history books? Yes. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the king's overall farming as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Okay, now I advance this game by clicking End Season. Where is that? Okay. Up here.
With your goal, we shall be closest allies.
And now you can see, Spoonie, that underneath farming, there's a little crown symbol.
I see, okay.
Yep.
Each region will now vote for one of 3 randomly selected schemes. This is your victory conditions now, chat. Schemes are made up of 3 stages with specific stat requirements. Passing all 3 scheme stages places the region's claimant on the throne, winning the game.
Andy, if you would.
Okay. Kaja of the Raw Metal Dynasty, legendary former hermit, leans delicately on a podium, whispering carefully. My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Spoonie was the crown.
Okay, the vote's already underway, but I won't advance it until,
Okay, yeah. I didn't even read it.
Should be 4 votes for each person.
What should the goal of this particular house be, everybody? Raising stability.
So you're saying he's a false avatar?
A false prophet, if you will, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I think there were 4 people in the house, so I'll wait for a couple more votes.
Well, so far that's 3 for intimidation, raise stability.
Okay, it's
And
unanimous.
4.
So, kind of an interesting thing when stability is something the kingdom definitely wants,
Mm-hmm.
but you're kind of worried about it getting too high when
The
it
Count's
advances
plan
their
to hold
scheme, huh?
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Count's
Yeah.
plan to hold the
The
king
Count-
hostage in his own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the Counts must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. It's already there, but you gotta keep it there.
Lag on
The
the
be-
vote for sure.
Sabino of the Manny lineage, sinister southern winter, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Alright guys, what do we want? We can place a doppelganger on the throne.
A doppelganger.
Yeah, by
Ginger.
Superginger. Lowering Defiance.
Ginger.
We can start a witch hunt by raising our faith, which is already our highest stat, or we can go excommunicado and lower stability. Try to lower stability and try to go against what the counts are doing actively. All right, I'm seeing 1 on Doppelganger, 2 on Witch Hunt. I'll go with the group on this one. I think Witch Hunt, higher faith, go complete zealotry or bust on this one.
Okay, not that it makes a difference, but there were 4 of you or 5?
I believe there was 4. We were 4, 4, and 4, unless some people joined late. But
Okay.
By the way, you can still join late.
Oh, there were 5.
Oh,
People.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got a 5th now. Interesting. Well, cool.
So be it.
Huh. Didn't realize that Morgan came on, but by all means,
There's all
join
sorts
the
of
winning
heresy. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the South is beyond reproach. To advance their scheme, the grandees must be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. All right, guys, you just gotta keep the faith.
Yeah, like, that's gonna be hard. I will say up front, patricians of the coast, speaking as your Lord Jackson, we are the best at the game at trade, and ultimately we will be the best at keeping the finances stable. What our goal should be is draining the funds from everyone else in the process. Narilla of the Jackson family, charismatic coastal prodigy, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, speaking calmly. And yes, honestly, this man does not speak for me. He does not have the facial hair of a proper leader. Anyway,
He's got my hair, though.
he's got your hair, he doesn't have mine. That's my problem with it. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Spoony. Something must be done. Alright, so we've got subterfuge, lowering stability, conspiracy, lowering the kingdom's treasury while having the, or corruption, lower authority. I believe we know what our truest goal is for this, my friends.
Fellow conspiracy to rob the kingdom blind. Huh? Voting for corruption? Yeah, I can see. I should have it put on this.
Okay, looks like the votes are in.
I mean,
Fair enough.
for such a wealthy house, you have problems with supply chain. You don't even scribble on paper, you scribble right on the desk.
Rude.
The patricians plan to sink the king under an ocean of debt. To advance your scheme, you must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. You've got time.
And now you can actually see underneath the different stats, there's a green pip underneath the treasury, a purple pip underneath stability, and a yellow pip underneath faith, now to remind people as to what stats people are battling over.
If your reign ends abruptly, not that that would happen.
Quote unquote.
Okay. Warning, the monarch currently has no heir. Okay, so those are your goals, everybody. Remember them well.
They're in 3 stages, by the way. That's what the little circles are underneath.
Yeah.
And I have the longest game, it seems. So everyone has just 3 seasons for their first pip.
Here I can adopt a
have
new
4.
law to alter how voting is run. I may be able to adopt more once a year at the end of winter. Okay. Plus 600 treasury if the nobles vote for the selected option. If the nobles vote otherwise, they lose money. Or, monarch's golden choice, if nobles vote for the monarch's choice, they gain 500 personal wealth. Or reverse voting, nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass.
Big Gamba, bribing, or mess with people.
Is this choice known, or should I mean, if I could just tell them what my choice is.
It's known.
Okay.
It's very well known, yes.
So voting against me costs you money, is basically what it says.
No, it costs the
It's
treasury.
the treasury. Yeah.
Oh, it increases. So this incentivizes you to vote against me, if your goal is to reduce the treasury.
Right.
Yes,
but
if it isn't,
if it isn't, then we might want to increase the treasury as well, because we can get tax payouts from you with the treasury funds.
and also we
I'm
can
gonna
keep-
I'm gonna give Monarch's golden choice. I think.
Okay.
You get 500 personal wealth if you vote for my choice.
The bribe.
At
All
your
right.
cost.
Yeah, no cost. It's just a bounty. It's like, hey, you vote my way, you get money.
Okay, now I say end season. A new plague, the honor guard, or disquiet in the south.
Now these are going to be regional-based events. So there's the honor guard in the capital, where you name the captain of your guard. Our little thing in the south, and one for the coast.
Okay,
Do
let's
you
go
have
with.
to choose one, or can you go with all three?
I think I have to do all three eventually, but yeah.
Yes, you do. It's just the order.
Disquiet in the south.
Your Highness, my peasants accuse me of hoarding wealth. Me! Worse, they're throwing down their tools and burning their belongings, saying they want to live an aesthetic life and that I should do the same.
What nonsense.
Quite so, Your Holiness. They don't want to be pinned down by worldly possessions, but burning them is quite the overreaction. The ringleader of this movement is a philosopher called Ortega. She calls herself a
Ortega.
voice for the ninth god, and the peasants hang on her every word. They'll be at my door any moment.
Oh, gee, a philosophical debate. in
How
your
should
kingdom.
Ortega and her
What a
anti-wealth
nightmare.
followers be dealt with? Should I send someone to infiltrate their cult, aggressively break up Ortega's meetings, or fire the troublemakers and hire new servants from the coast? Well, just to be clear, sending someone to infiltrate their cult raises faith, for I'm presuming just that, the Grandy's house. Aggressively break up their meetings, lowers my stability, but lowers their defiance. Or fire the troublemakers, lowers their defiance, but also may have an impact one way or the other on wealth?
Yeah.
Well, you'd be hiring servants from the coast, us patricians.
So it might
Right.
might increase their personal wealth, but lower the Grandies or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Man, Ortega is just ashen everywhere.
So are you guys gonna? What do you guys want to argue, or you want to start the vote?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that we should just infiltrate the cult. Figure out what's going on. If we actively just break up the meetings, then that could get bloody.
Or it could just deal with the problem in one fell swoop. Honestly, if the coin is the matter there, then we've proved them the power of coin. Firing them, they don't want to work? Fine, that's their problem. Let us work.
I have to agree with our patrician friends.
Well,
What, giving money to the patricians? That seems like not the greatest idea. I don't think they know how to infiltrate a cult.
We don't need to. We replace the cult with actual workers.
Well, the king will speak
Done and
now,
Okay.
and the king says they should fire the troublemakers and hire new servants from the
Okay.
coast. So
Come
my
on,
vote is
shut.
cast.
Can you
As you
also
wish,
add
my
the golden choice here?
No, I
You
can only
can only
have
pick one.
I can only impose
But
one
how
law
do
per
you?
vote.
But how do you? But how do you get the golden choice benefit if you don't vote?
It's everyone gets the money if they vote for my choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you have to.
Which I choose
okay,
now.
I see.
But I just
I
just
see.
cast a personal vote.
I see.
So I will start the voting, and you guys can keep arguing if you like.
I believe my point has been made.
I believe my point has been made as well.
To a far smaller audience, must I add.
Ooh, good thing you're not trying to break up the stability of the kingdom. I like that. I like that.
Why would we want to?
Exactly.
We need the kingdom as stable as it can be. For all the leaders that follow you.
That's a good point.
Can't believe we're trusting people from the coast with this.
So be it! Fire the troublemakers! Ortega, you're fired! The patricians welcome the extra cash for the use of their peasants. The impact is Defiance is now loyal, the patricians' wealth has increased, and the grandees' wealth has decreased.
Yeah, the patricians are now loyal to you because you gave them a ton of money from our coffers. So our personal wealth, some of our wealth has dropped now. So everyone who voted yellow, everyone in yellow, if you take a look at your personal coinage, it might be lower now.
Oops.
And greens might be higher.
If you look at us,
But meanwhile,
bills,
more and
y'all.
more southern servants discard their possessions to follow Ortega's teachings.
See? Didn't solve anything. You just put money into the hands of the rich.
I'd like to point out the work is still being done, even if your peasants are up and over revolt.
We have no time
Well,
for this. There's some kind of plague going on.
In your lands.
Let's not talk too much about this. That's why we're sending our peasants away to go work anywhere else but here.
Oh my god.
Your Serene Highness, the coast has been struck by a plague. And not just any plague. A dancing plague.
What?
What kind of... Explain this to me.
Well, you see, it's just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right. Let's do the time warp again. And it affects everyone, even dogs and cats. We don't know how it started, but it's spreading quickly. Whole villages are dancing themselves out to death.
What should we do about this? Should we quarantine the affected villages, which will reduce their trade? Pass a law that forbids dancing, which increases my authority but lowers stability and increases your defiance? Because apparently, even when you're sick, you want to dance. Or let it be how bad is dancing anyway, in which case stability will lower and farming will lower. Well, I'll tell you right now, lowering farming is not an option.
Agreed. We should quarantine the affected villages. That is the most rational choice in the bad options that we have.
No. Forbid dancing. Absolutely not. Just none of that. If we forbid it, how can they do it?
I would rather our people stay together, forbidden from dance in public, than to quarantine some of them off.
And also,
It's better to be
look, you still have
I agree.
the golden choice available.
I do, but I'm saving it.
Okay.
Well, let the council decide. Yeah, what kind of dancing is it? If it's really horrible dancing, it must be stopped.
It's all twerking. It's just twerking. This twerking plague.
We would introduce a mask mandate, but they already wearing masks, so I don't know what to do.
Oh wow, yeah, true. The Harlem Shake. The return of the Harlem Shake. Oh wow, that's tight.
Ooh.
No. Oh wow. Okay.
down the line.
Voting tied
Tied
at
at
7.
7.
Break the tie by selecting one of these options.
Yeah. King's choice.
I'm afraid that I'm going to have to quarantine the affected villages. This boogie fever cannot continue.
A wise decision, my lord.
Yes, wide for you, isn't it?
Though the move seems drastic to some, it is the only way to be sure this plague does not become a serious problem. The patricians agree to enforce your quarantine. Trade is reduced by 2.
You do owe us for this, my lord.
Only time will tell if it's an effective solution or not. And the final event of the season, the Honor Guard. Now that you're king, you need personal protection. Why, I could plunge my sword into your heart right now, could I not? Please don't hurt me.
Is that a euphemism?
We need an honor guard to keep you safe from such dangers, Your Majesty. Unfortunately, this is a political decision. What about the Palace Watch? Hoorah! Don't make me laugh, Your Majesty. These 10 soldiers can't keep out the riffraff, but do you expect them to stand up to a warlock, or a child of the Viper, or me, for that matter? Oh. Each region offers a selection of elite guards. The counts with Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, the patricians with champion gladiators from the arena, and the grandees offer the fiercest battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and the region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all.
Battle nuns, battle nuns, battle nuns.
I'd like to point out, of the options selected, you'd be choosing between the Order of the Dead Flowers, a bunch of people whose only job is praying, or people whose job is actually fighting.
Battle
On the other
nuns,
hand,
battle nuns.
What
You
foreign
just
mercenaries
need
do
to-
you suggest? A band of fearsome
Chainmail
fighters
habits.
from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bidden Brethren. They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly, and hiring foreigners will betray a lack of confidence in our kingdom's fighters.
on the other hand, you just need to see our results to know which one is the best.
Well, you did just cut our trade options in half, so I would really think it a proper diplomatic motion for you to enhance our military.
Await your verdict with bated
prowess.
breath, Your Majesty. I have chosen the Battle Nuns.
Hell yeah, let's go.
As you wish, my lord.
The Battle Nuns arrive
Look
at the
at
palace
them.
a few
Look
weeks
at
later.
them.
They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing, before filing into formation behind my throne.
I mean, it is a cool look, I will give them that. But we are not happy with this choice.
And I guess that's
we
the
got
end
an
of the
invoice.
season. So I will end the season. Okay, you might have to explain this one. So the nobles can use their personal wealth to bid on buildings in each region, each of which may affect your stat. The building that are the two highest funded buildings are the ones chosen, and those are the only ones that are actually paid for.
Remember that we will be using our own personal coin to finance
Yes.
things.
And there's more than 1 year here, so you might want to save your money for stuff later.
Yep.
With that in mind, if everybody would like to make their offers for their suggestions on what their people should be building on, by all means.
Yo, we got cathedrals to build for our battle nuns.
Really need that even more?
So as you can see, the counts have a library which affects their stability. I guess the stability of the
Power.
region.
Yeah, the kingdom itself.
The monument, which increases my authority. A cathedral, which impacts their personal faith. A prison, which reduces stability. And I actually can't read. It says military. There's a thing that
Yep.
says... I'm sharing. it
Trade.
right now. Okay.
Military,
Military and trade. So if you got anything to say to your constituents about what you think they should vote for?
Considering
Clearly.
we've gone through a horrible dancing plague that has been sweeping our nation, and unfortunately we're not allowed to break the curfew or whatever, we need to enhance our trade elsewhere. Grand Bazaar, obviously, is something we should be endorsing.
I personally say that you should build a monument here.
I'm for encouraging my followers to assist in building the Grand Bazaar if the patricians can assist in building a cathedral.
I'm thinking a giant statue of me.
Clearly a library.
That's
full
a
of
Very
books.
cute, my lord, very cute.
option.
Clearly a library full of books that praise our Lord is the best
Or more
choice.
accurately, a prison which will actually enhance the stability of our kind.
Enough talk. Bidding begins.
Lies!
All
The
right.
stability will decrease. Will be
That's
decreased.
the point. That is the point. Now you can pledge multiple times to whatever you so wish.
Come on, monument.
Remember, coin's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 100 into your Grand Bazaar there. But
Okay, we got 600 in the cathedral, 800 in the Grand Bazaar, 900 Bazaar. 1,200 in the monument. Sudden bidding war. 1,000 of the Grand Bazaar.
1,200 in the monument. Wow.
1,400 in the Grand Bazaar. We got some big spenders in the audience. Not much love for the fortress, but whatever. Patricians don't seem to want a military. Five seconds remaining.
For some reason, the Discord version of the game is frozen.
Oh.
You know why?
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. It's back. Weird. It's all good.
Ling-ling-ling.
And big investors. Jackson always invests highly.
Mm-hmm.
He bid large last game we played, or the little sample game we played. Okay, so be it. Trade will increase, and so will authority. Excellent.
I care deeply for my kingdom, my lord.
Okay, now that problem with the cult seems to have spread.
Oh, it still doesn't show. It's weird.
I'll try restarting the stream.
Yeah. Streaming reviewing currently has reduced video or audio quality, maybe network connection. Is it a minor?
There's a problem with the followers of that southerner, Ortega. Her teachings have spread to the coast.
Oh, Ortega's still around, eh? Alright.
I don't know how this could have possibly happened, but we're considering giving her the dancing fever. We
Oh
figure
my
if we
gosh.
spread one to the other, it will all work out. Worse, she's getting stronger. She's performing miracles, healing a woman's broken arm with a single touch, curing an old man's blindness.
Ooh, Ortega! Bring back Torgo!
Torga. Ugh. Honestly, at this point, just let them all burn. No. All over the coast, the citizens are throwing away their goods and cursing the patricians for their greed. What nonsense! What utter nonsense! Now, truly, this is where we need to root out the conspirators. Properly infiltrate. This is where we need to be doing this. They're clashing with priests, even starting brawls in the streets. We could have had a prison, but someone said we shouldn't be funding it. No, I had to put a giant statue to...
That would have been terrible for
Lord
stability.
Spoonies. Every day we lose more workers to this cult.
Some choices have uncertain outcomes called challenges. These can either be random or based on a stat. This percentage shows the chance of success. Okay, so if you join with the church to officially denounce Ortega, there's a 40% chance that faith will be affected. If Ortega is performing miracles, she must be recognized as an official member of the church. There's a 40% chance that it will affect authority. Or I could have Ortega assassinated, which will increase my authority, but I'll have to pay $1,000 out of the treasury for an assassin.
My lord, if I may be speaking candidly,
By all means.
she's clearly a problem and needs to be assassinated promptly.
I agree.
This is the most direct This is the most direct solution. It ends the problem immediately, and we can all get on with our lives.
Should have done that in the first place by infiltrating the cult and then quietly crushing it. But at this point, yeah, I believe an open assassination is...
Ooh,
Assassination
do I
is
blow my
such an ugly
veto?
business. But maybe we should just let her do whatever she wants.
I will say, a lot of our pocketbooks are kind of light right now after all that building and such, so... Golden choice.
That's true.
Would indeed help the kingdom recover.
Mm-hmm.
Lord,
Let's
this
see,
will be
I'll say my golden choice. And I will,
Okay.
I will suggest you join with the church to officially denounce Ortega. And if you choose that, you gain 500 personal wealth. So
Be that as it may, my lord. You understand the risks of this.
it's just a suggestion. It's not my vote. It's just a suggestion.
Hmm.
That's for the nobles to decide. Uh-oh.
And indeed we shall.
Very well. When you put it like that,
It could, if the plan works out well, it could impact our faith favorably.
40% chance. All right. Looks like the votes
this
are
is
in.
going to end terribly.
8 nobles voted for join with the church to officially denounce Ortega. After firing her, I thought that would work.
Yep. And we immediately get coin from picking that one too.
All across the
Even before
land,
the
the
votes
archbishop
voted.
and his priests condemn Ortega until they're out of breath, but her followers do not listen. Instead, they get bolder. Lord stability of the realm.
Wonderful job.
The nobles whisper the church is incapable of dealing with this problem. Faith has fallen. Finding a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spymaster, but there's one person you can't avoid. Your mom. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. But mother, I don't want to get married. Nonsense, a king cannot rule alone. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Women. Oh. That's that then. Okay.
I mean, if you want to produce an heir, kind of have to.
Oh, the game has said
game's
specifically
been
that
declared.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's more just for role playing.
An old debt. I'll just read this myself.
Please do.
How do you expect me to take this seriously, you crack-brained simpleton? Shut your deaf mouth and give you what I'm owed, you honorless dog. Calm down, the both of you. This pimple-headed lackwit expects me to pay him a huge quantity of gold just because his great-great-grandfather beat my great-great-grandfather in a foot race. A debt owed is a debt owed, is it not? Your Majesty, I only recently discovered this debt while combing through my ancestor's journal. Honor dictates that Count Remus is liable for his ancestor's debt. By the blood of the dead, this is ludicrous. I demand we put this to a vote. Should Count Remus pay back their ancestor's debt to Grandee Josh the Man? Order Count Remus to pay his debt? Which will
Remus in
make...
chat. And I bet he cheated.
So is Count Remus is the Count Remus account? Yeah, Count Remus, of course. Count. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I order Count Remus to pay his debt, their defiance will rise, and their wealth will fall. Cancel the debt; it's too old to matter, which will affect
The defiance can go either way, and the wealth can go either way. All of those can go either way.
Well, it depends on who I'm offending. If I order Count Remus to pay his debt, I offend the counts, and their defiance will go up. If I cancel the debt, I offend the Grandees. Or if I order Count Remus to pay his debt plus 2 centuries of interest, that will really offend the counts.
Well, if you would speak to the patricians, the masters of coin in this realm, I believe it is only fair to pay the debt plus centuries of interest. This is, after all, the most legal course of action.
I don't want to make them any more defiant than they already are.
Loath am I to agree, but the law is the law. The debt must be paid with interest.
Oh.
And this is the Count speaking to this project.
Oh, I hate to blow my veto on this, but I'm gonna have to. I have to veto the 2 centuries of interest. That's not how we do things.
Okay.
Well,
we should still order him to pay his debt.
the Lord's say is the law, but at least the debt should still be paid.
I have no opinion on this, but I don't want to punish them any more than they already are going to be punished by having to pay off this rather sizable debt. All right. This is not has not improved my relationship with the Counts, I have you know.
Remus, I'd have you remember that your own leader, Sir Andy, ordered you to pay the debt just as much.
Dracov's bones, this council is full of idiots. Fine, take your money. Now that no doubt impacted your personal wealth, so you might want to... Oh yeah, Grandy, Josh the man's wealth has increased by 750 gold points.
Wow! Specifically, just Grandy.
Alright, that's the season. That's the second season, by the way, if you're counting. Here I can set the different levels of tax or bribes for regions in the kingdom, potentially punishing some while rewarding others. Balance the needs of the treasury against defiance changes. Remember, if a region's defiance is higher than both authority and stability, they can rebel.
So while the new season is coming, do you want to try and restart the Discord stream?
Has it frozen again?
Yeah.
It's been frozen for forever.
While, yeah. I've just been watching it on YouTube. Oh, it came back for me now. I don't know. Did you press something?
No.
No? Move the mouse around. Let's see.
I mean, it's moving. Yeah, I'm not sure how.
No, it froze. Yeah, no, it froze for me again, like almost immediately.
Yeah.
It could just be a lot of bandwidth being used on the
I
YouTube
think it
side
is.
right
I think
now.
I'm using a lot of bandwidth on this. I'm going to stop streaming on Discord.
Okay. It just means we're going to be on a bit of delay on watching on YouTube then.
Okay. But
I'll try one more
keep that
time.
in mind.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Okay, so right now it's still moving.
Okay, how am I going to tax everybody?
Yeah, YouTube guys, you wouldn't see anything different. It's fine. We were just trying to do something a little bit on less of a delay by having Spoonie also stream it through like screen share on Discord, but don't worry about it.
It worked pretty well until it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Also,
see.
trade bonus. The Counts discover treasure worth 500 wealth in a long-abandoned crypt. The other nobles gain 200 wealth.
I think the Counts deserve a tax break, don't you?
What? They just finished finding a bunch of gold.
Yeah, but they've been.
What? What are you doing? No, we need our money. Look at how. Okay, if you look at the richest nobles on the far right, the Counts have so much money right now.
If you look at the richest noble, it's Josh the Man at the top of the
What
charts.
noble does not a house make?
Well, I would like to
No.
point out that if we were going to talk about the least rich, it would be my patricians currently dealing with the
Bought a
after effects
bunch of
now
stuff. You
occult
bought a whole market.
and occult and this process of the dancing plague, whatnot. We'd be doing fine if it wasn't for all the nonsense.
I signed this degree in the name of the king.
Ah.
A cult rises. This Ortega has become a real problem.
Uh-huh.
Could have assassinated her, but no.
Alright. This time. Gonna do the assassination. Oh, hey, a wandering bard. Dreadful tidings, Your Majesty. It's a disaster. Ortega's followers are in a frenzy.
Oh my god, all your money got stolen.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it did! No!
And after you were just so cruelly taxed.
Uh,
And it's your money specifically. That's hilarious.
why is this happening?
Perhaps it is the punishment of the gods.
I'm gonna find Ortega. I'm gonna kill Ortega myself. I don't care.
How can the council help the Grandies protect themselves? Pay the patricians to shelter Grandie Shazam.
Stop paying the patricians!
Please
Pay
do.
me! I'm out of money!
Send in southern troops to clear out the Vandals, which is a 30% chance that the military will succeed.
Okay.
Or Ortega's peasants secure the estate, let them keep it. Ouch.
Wow.
Or have Ortega assassinated.
Listen, have Ortega assassinated or pay us. to
Please
shelter
just
the
have
Grand
Ortega
Duke's
assassinated. They
Either
targeted
or.
me specifically.
I
I'm
kill this
so
one
mad,
again.
chat. I'm
Nothing
so mad,
concise,
chat.
Please.
I could veto assassination again.
No! Why?
Because I want to see where this Ortega thing goes.
God damn
I would say we've been going all wrong this whole time. We've been trying to stop Ortega. We've been trying to assassinate. So we've been trying to do
if you-
whatever.
I'm vetoing the
If this line of thought
assassination.
is going where I think it's going,
Them-
Andy, you better stop it.
Let them keep it.
No!
Let them keep it.
Absolutely
we need
not.
a stable kingdom. We don't need another martyr on our hands. The cult will go.
Honestly.
will
This
Honestly,
kingdom does
worse.
not
I would like to point
assassinate
out-
those it disagrees with.
I would like to point out for the court's purposes, we do have the potential life of one of our own in danger at the moment. We must put aside all other concerns and keep Randy Shazam safe. And we can
Thank
only
you.
do that by, of course,
I say
paying
we
the
send in
kingdom's
troops.
stability is
Fine,
more
fine. Maybe we
important.
pay the patricians then.
I say we send in southern troops.
Okay.
That was actually. I would like to point out we do not have the military force for that, Your Lord. We're just going to get our asses kicked.
Nonsense, I have full confidence in you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Fair enough. I mean, we are the South. I believe at the moment. Our battle nuns are at the ready.
Yeah, I trust the
yeah.
battle nuns completely. Ooh, it's tight. I'm gonna let this play out. Oh! It's a three-way tie.
Oh boy.
It's a
Oh, break the tie.
Milord,
Yes.
this is your chance for peace.
I think Ortega does need to be
What?
crushed. But we'll do it militarily.
Oh no!
Okay.
This is a mistake.
This is a mistake.
Failed! The Southern Watch converged on the overrun estate, but the bonfires have already been lit, and every last bit of Shazam's treasure is destroyed.
Again!
Shit! Oh my god!
Not only that, but Ortega is killed in the confusion. Peasants and grandies alike are outraged.
I told you that this would happen. And now my plan for domination is, and now the kingdom's stability is failing.
This
And
game is
Randy
great.
Shazam is dead.
Well, no, Shazam's not dead, but his entire treasure
No,
is.
no, Shazam is dead.
He died?
I don't think so. I think Ortega died.
I thought that was.
Ortega
Oh,
died.
Okay.
Ortega's killed in the confusion.
Oh, phew.
So she is
Okay, at
dead. You
least
got
we
what
killed
you
her.
wanted that way.
Hooray! Hooray!
And I didn't have to spend 1,000 gold coins on an assassin, so great.
Hey, look, a wandering bard.
Your Majesty, a traveling bard. She says she has come to compose a song for you. Not just any bard, Your Highness. The best in the land. Sally Six Fingers, they call me. A song, you say? About me? Why, of course. In fact, I have the tune and verse already. I have saved my best work for you, my king. All I require is a subject. What should I tell the masses of you? What would you like to inspire? Teach them to love me. I will do so, Your Highness, absolutely. Give me but a few weeks and everyone within the Crownlands will know of your benevolence. Pray, I need only a small payment of 500 gold for the time, a discounted rate for one as esteemed as yourself. Very well, take your money. 50% chance to succeed. I'll take the 50-50 chance.
That seems reasonable.
The bard nods enthusiastically and heads out to do your bidding. Unfortunately, Sally is a better salesperson than songwriter. She composes the song, yes, but it fails to capture the hearts of her people. You have her perform it for you, but it's abysmal. Nothing rhymes, there's no rhythm, and she doesn't even pronounce your name correctly. Because nothing rhymes with Spoonie.
Oh, at least you didn't lose anything else, I guess.
Balloony. I have found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young woman from the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Delvira, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Chance dynasty. Apparently they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. She had a laboratory installed in her castle and spends most of her time there conducting bizarre experiments. She went missing a while ago, but it turned out she'd accidentally locked herself in the cellar. Survived on wine for the week. Intriguing.
So, she's a science candidate.
From the coast, we have Clovia, the wealthy heiress to noble patrician's Skubix estate. She spends most of her time in the solitude of her villa, so I know little about her. Could be worse, but could be a lot better. And finally from the south, Ada, the eldest of the Athos lineage. Famed for her wit, her style, and as you can see, her good looks. Like many in the south, she claims to put her faith in the ninth god above all worldly concerns. Despite that, though, she's said to have collected sins like a soldier collects medals. Not bad. Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Show me Ada, the southern candidate. I made my decision. Ada of the South.
Despite taking all my money, you've at least employed, married into my house and employed, my battle nuns.
She was the most attractive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
End season. In a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Alurtsi, 2 grandees lie back to enjoy the sun. Praise be! Whispers of our plan have reached the peasants, and they are in an uproar. They call for the sins of the king to be laid bare. Faith is now devout. I already have leads on information from inside the palace that we can use against the king. It's only a matter of time. We have the High Inquisitor on our side, but we must also sow dissent among the other regions. We won't succeed alone. For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandees must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 8. Or ensure that another region begins a rebellion in 3 seasons.
Ooh, okay, alright gang. We have our next goal.
Is you have to raise
Get everyone pissed off.
Well, it's a good thing that we patricians are totally reasonable people.
In a dingy seaside town, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The treasury's not empty. The king won't be tempted by our loan offers. Maybe we could arrange some kind of heist. Don't get ahead of yourself, Lord Patrician. This coup will be conducted entirely within the bounds of law. We have our principles, after all. The principal's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once, and only 1 may be used per vote. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. +1 stability if 50% of nobles vote for any one option. Or monarch's iron choice. The monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If chosen, they gain +1 authority. I will do call for unity. And I will place monarch's vote.
I
Indeed.
feel like anonymous voting was more fun, but fair enough.
Call for unity is needed.
I agree. End the year.
Round noser.
Furious followers. Ortega's followers are...
Still? Oh my god.
Still, let's go through the wedding here.
Who would have guessed that murdering a martyr would lead to this?
Your wedding to Ada is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital of one giant party. It feels like you're not the only one taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Ada at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do! I got an achievement for that.
Nice.
I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife Ada laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which she flatters you outrageously. Which lowered defiance among everybody.
Unfortunately, my lord, you've succumbed to dancing fever.
I was about to say, oh no.
The village
Dancing
is now stable,
fever.
authority is now commanding, yes. By the time you find yourself alone with Ada, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? I agree. You endure a long conversation in which Ada seems determined to flatter you relentlessly and agree with everything you say.
So what's the bad part?
I know. By night's end, you still don't know who Ada really is. Her real personality is concealed beneath 100 layers of etiquette. You go to your separate bedchambers, still strangers. Separate?
Huh.
Well, yeah, you're not a slut.
We're married!
That doesn't mean you owe her anything.
You have to wait until divorce.
Apparently something has escaped from the cellars of Count Commissar's castle. I've asked for an eyewitness report from a local.
We can neither confirm nor deny this at this moment in time.
I know, Your Majesty, it was a right unholy sight. A monster stitched together from parts dug up from the village cemetery. I recognize my Aunt Edna's earlobes. Bring me Count Commissar.
This creature is my life's work, Your Majesty. And my son! His escape was regrettable. He just wanted to see the village up close. Rest assured, I have chained him up far more securely in my dungeon to ensure this won't happen again.
It's too late for that, Count. You and your unholy creation must be burned. You and your unholy creation must be burned. It is the only way to cleanse the world of your evil. What should be done with the undead abomination created by Count Commissar? Burn both him and his monster. Burn the monster but let the Count live. The monster may live so long as it stays imprisoned. Or free the monster.
Oh, what could go wrong? Free the monster.
Wow, those choices suck.
I believe it is clear that this creature, as you must call it, is still the son of a nobleman, and therefore must be granted noble rights. Free it. Free him.
I call for unity.
Disagree.
And I say free the monster.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh wait, no, it's
Wonderful.
if it's any option, if any option has 50% of the vote, then stability increases.
Oh.
So I don't get to choose one. So I just say call for
Then
unity.
let us agree to free the monster. Whatever may happen, at least we will unite
Not burn them both.
Uh-oh.
Only way for stability
We
to
got
be
the-
maintained
We got the witch
is
hunters.
to burn them both.
The witch hunters want to burn them both.
No, Remus, you're not allowed to burn your leader. It's not your leader, it's your fellow Count Commissar.
Burn them both.
It's mine. It's mine. Oh, sorry, okay. Let us free the monster.
Absolutely not.
Free the beast.
Kill them both. Blood for the blood god. I mean,
Okay,
it's
coming from
literally the
most
only way to
noble of us,
guarantee
apparently.
stability increase.
No, well, I mean, if we vote for D, then stability will increase. If
No,
all of us
50-50. It's 50-50.
vote. No. Yeah, the law that was passed.
Sure, but it could decrease if we all vote for A to burn them both. Then stability would increase by 2. Guaranteed.
Free the monster.
Free the beast!
No, Your Highness, the boy is not ready for freedom. This will end in disaster.
The council would free this unholy monstrosity and allow its twisted creator to go unpunished? What kind of message does this send? The East's faith is plummeted. You're all mad, you'll see. Doom will come to the East. Doom!
Oh,
But will decrease
Unfortunately-
in 2016.
The High Inquisitor's words prove prophetic. Uh-oh.
We failed every challenge so far.
oh yeah.
The
King of
abomination
Slush.
snaps after relentless bullying from the suspicious villagers. It goes on a spree across the east, torching the fields. No!
Oh, the farming went down?
Yes!
Holy crap. I'm so behind on the broadcast, I can't see it.
It torched the fields and murdered peasants.
The
Holy
Discord
shit.
stream is working, by the way, so
I
you
told you.
can look.
It's
Can see
finally
it
brought
there.
to justice by an angry mob. The
Oh, it's
common
working
folk mock you a lot for allowing your soft heart to blind you to common sense.
Oh, it is working now. Good.
Well, that knocked my authority and defiance raised. I even took your side. Damn. And it doesn't get any better, because we got
I
Ortega's.
was
You're-
hoping
yeah.
that statistically we would
Your Highness.
succeed at least one of those.
Your Highness, that troublesome philosopher Ortega is gone, but her followers are marching on our estates demanding justice.
Who is this peasant? This penniless. It's the same in the coast. They're to making her into a martyr.
Damn it.
How should Ortega's former followers be dealt with? Send the royal army to put a stop to it? Ask the church to preach forgiveness on all sides, which has a 40% chance of working. Or pay the grandees to give amnesty to Ortega's former followers.
At this point, you know my opinion. We've failed at every step to bring peace. That
I'm
is what
fine
we
with
need to
paying
do.
the grandees to just get this over with, because we kind of just need this over with.
I'm okay with
Indeed.
this as well. I'm okay with this as well, honestly.
I'm gonna give Monarch's Golden Choice to preach forgiveness on all sides. So if you want 500
this
500
is not
gold
going
pieces,
to work.
500
Lord,
gold
this is-
pieces,
the
if
this
fate
is-
is-
forgiveness pays.
It is not worth it. It is not worth it.
Forgiveness is its own
Lord.
reward, but also $500.
Oh, $500 though.
Oh, Lord.
Even Shazam is
Let's
tempted.
just get this
But I can get
over with.
750. I can get 750 for granting amnesty though.
This is true.
Ugh.
Ooh. I don't like the way this is looking.
Good bribe though.
Good try on the bribe, but no,
Yeah.
let's get this over
Ooh, it's
with.
catching up.
Oh, it's still catching up though. Let's
Come
see.
on. I don't know how many people. Oh, damn it.
It does say there in the noble list that there are 17 nobles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it does.
So that is everybody.
All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Pay the grandees to give amnesty to Ortega's former followers. You issue a proclamation inviting Ortega's followers to enjoy bonus cash and comforts. No questions asked.
Y'all, I got money back, you guys.
Defiance can't go lower.
Yep.
But stability in the realm has increased, thankfully. It's not long before the followers realize that worldly possessions are actually pretty useful. In Ortega's name fades into obscurity.
Finally dealt with.
Alright. End of the season. Far in the east, Count Andy is hosting a dinner party at his castle with a few distinguished guests.
Our plans are going better than expected. The Spymaster thinks that all is well in the kingdom, and while the cat's away, the mice shall play.
And when the cat returns, it will find the mice have poisoned its kibble.
The analogy is a little tortured now, but I like the enthusiasm. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents.
Indeed, the Honor Guard are incorruptible, but the Watch are another story. If the king can't pay them, they will look for money elsewhere. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons.
Oh boy.
Right there.
The treasury's practically empty, and the king is struggling to fund his ambitions. We're perfectly placed to offer him a loan. So helpful of us. Indeed, these loan arrangements will be as friendly as a bear trap, absolutely loaded with hidden catches in the small print. Now watch me work my magic. Good evening, Lord Patrician. What is exactly the purpose of this meeting? I heard about the king's recent money troubles, and I thought we could both benefit. Sign here and here. This agreement does seem fair. Very well, I'll sign. Hey, a loan! Neat. The king will be pleased. Good night, Lord Perdition, and may the ninth bless you. See? Easy as pie, but it's not enough to bankroll the king. The rest of the kingdom must be in debt to us as well. To advance their scheme, the patricians must have the highest trade of all 3 regions in 3 seasons.
Interesting.
And it's tied with the grandees.
It is.
Now I wonder if a tie is good enough, though.
No, it's not. It must be the highest.
No. Look at this. It has the check mark, so it is good enough.
Huh.
It is technically highest.
I suppose. Yeah.
Your Majesty, these upstarts are saying they have a right to your throne. Yeah, all 3 of you succeeded in your schemes. I need to do better. An embarrassing problem. Your Grace, I'm afraid someone has been painting obscene graffiti on your monument in the east. My monument? I assume it's been washed off by now.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Sorry.
Let me read for those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Your Majesty, but every time we remove the images, they appear again the next day. We need to track down the perpetrator. You become another laughingstock in the east.
What?
When you call the council together, some of the nobles whisper behind their hands, stifling giggles. Count James was right.
What can be done about the obscene graffiti being painted on the statue of the king in the east?
There was a narrator.
Brutally crack down on the locals until the perpetrator is found. Send the watch to investigate without drawing attention to themselves. Offer a reward for the perpetrator's capture. Or, this is nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's just graffiti.
I don't like any of these
They didn't even
options.
spell it right. It says, the people who are named Romans should go house? What?
Romani eu domus?
If I may,
Yes, I need some guidance. This is the tough one.
frankly, my lord, there is nothing to physically worry about. As long as we treat these as just words, they will remain just words. Yes, the people will have some cries to your detriment, but this honestly could be worse.
I'm gonna start
I
throwing
agree.
some money around. I say we offer a reward for the perpetrator's capture.
I agree. I agree with this. I think that the like the name of the king should not be sullied, and the statue should not be defaced.
And there's money flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
What's wrong, Paco?
Money.
See, if only I could have done this and increased stability of the realm. You gotta all vote for the same thing.
Yeah, I think you can do that on something that you kind of think is like the surefire bet, or like make a meme out of it. And
I'd still like to point out, what is that, 20% defiance chance?
I know, it was 30, I think, but yeah.
30.
Defiance challenge succeeded!
Wow. Okay.
You offer a substantial reward, and soon enough the townsfolk come forward. The culprit is none other than Count James himself.
Yes, it was I! I was the one who drew all those unmentionable organs on your statue. And do you know why I did it? Because you're a tyrant, and tyrants deserve mockery.
You know what? It was actually pretty funny. You're free to go. Officers seize him. And graffiti artists deserve the chop.
Like a karate
Authority
chop?
increases. Defiance.
Your Majesty, I'd like to point out, the Count's already rather peeved in general. Maybe it'd be wise to just let him off the hook.
I agree. It was actually pretty funny.
Oh, really? Well, thank you, Your Majesty.
My authority is now dubious.
You know, maybe you're not actually such a tyrant after all.
Let's go over and see what's going on the coast. The quarantine continues.
The quarantine... No.
You have dancing fever.
Your esteemed highness, you will recall the quarantine you offered to deal with the dancing plague. It's been many months since anyone last entered or left the affected area. We think the plague may have run its course. We ask your permission to lift the quarantine.
Were you not checking the whole time?
It has been some time since the coastal quarantine was instated. Should it be lifted?
You can't
Listen.
check.
Listen, the boogie fever cannot be allowed to spread. This is the law that has been put in place.
Wait,
Send
you
Lord
can't
Patrician and
look-
Bexton to check that it's safe.
Yeah, I'm
gonna-
for that.
I'm going to call for unity here.
Okay.
I would
Yeah,
like to point out that we could also increase the farming, trade, with lifting the quarantine. Just straight up lifting the quarantine.
We could, but I would say let's hire an adventurer. It's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, we'll send someone in to check if it's safe. I agree.
This feels like cash we don't need to be spending, but okay.
Especially since the...
It's a
No, it's a
especially
free
since the Lord
adventure.
Patrician here will go for free.
But Lord Patrician, he's a lord. We don't send lords to do an adventurous work.
Who else who better to trust?
Or we just lift the damn thing because this is a stupid plague of dancing that is already passed.
It could be deadly. You don't know that.
Could be deadly. Yeah, you don't know that. Let's hire a person. Let's hire a witcher.
A Witcher? So you think this is Witcher's
Prancer.
work?
Let's toss a
I'd
coin
rather send the
to the
Patrician.
witcher.
Ooh, we got some votes from the Grandies to continue the quarantine indefinitely.
Interesting. Yeah, I probably should have voted for that.
Bastards.
Well done, House.
All right. You've hired a witcher. 900 gold pieces. I hope you people are happy.
We are.
No, we're not.
There's no shortage of foolhardy heroes looking for quests to prove themselves, especially not from the Adventurers Guild. It's not long before someone takes the job, a heroic chap with a suitably silly surname with far too many syllables that you immediately forget. And for 900 coins, it's a bargain, so long as he survives. Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh. Your Majesty, I wish to speak with you about the situation in the East. The counts have long been a matter of suspicion for those of us in the Church, but now idolatry and devil worship are commonplace among the whole region. Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the East. It's for the good of the realm. I'll have to bring it to the council, you have my express permission, or I won't hear any more of this begone. Do I bring this to the council or not?
About devil worship, is my question.
I will give permission to the Archbishop.
Interesting choice.
I will make the preparations right away. The other regions are less than thrilled that you did not consult the council about the Archbishop's request. But that doesn't stop the mission from going ahead as planned. I made an executive decision, people.
That is not the way we do things here, but so be it.
The results are less than promising. After being run out of more than a dozen towns in the east, the missionaries head back to the capital with their tails between their legs.
And somehow they still raise the faith, though. So.
Still, the Archbishop hopes their preaching might have laid the groundwork for future attempts.
Yeah, slightly raise the faith.
Alright, that's the season. Time for another auction.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, I'm just going to start the auction right away because it's 60 seconds and you guys can can talk amongst yourselves.
The Grand Bazaar must once more be funded in order to raise our trade further. Straight up. Simple as.
I like the idea of a library myself.
I think we should build a prison.
We could also include a aqueduct, because after all, the king does require their farming, does he not?
That's true. The aqueduct is by far the most important thing for me.
Then by all means, I would recommend that as our secondary option alongside the bazaar.
It's losing badly, though. The Thieves Guild is getting a lot of attention here. Who's funding the Thieves Guild? What the hell? Oh, I get it. It's the patricians who are funding the Thieves Guild. So I can't. I have no money to contribute to this, do I?
No.
You're the treasury. You don't get to do this.
Yeah. You get to determine who gets money in general because of tax season, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we built a prison. Nice. Unfortunately, that does still bring the patricians' trade up, though. I do something about that.
Quite fortunate, really.
A new baby. Do you want to read this, or should I?
Please do.
Okay. Always a pleasure, Your August Majesty. Some fine news for my workers on the coast. A baby's been born on your birthday, bearing a birthmark in the shape of the number 9. A fantastic omen. Perhaps we should mark the occasion.
Isn't it already marked?
What should be done to mark the birth of this remarkable infant? The king will send his blessings. The king has no time for peasant brats. Gift the parents a bounty of jewels and fine wine. Or send the Inquisition to make sure the birthmark is real.
Well, let's. You know what I would say. It is whether it is a real omen or not, it is very important that the people are behind you at all. So let us spare a bit of a treasury to
You would
buy.
drain the coffers dry with your spending.
I say the monarch's golden choice. The king will send us blessings. And $500 if you vote for it.
A wise choice, my lord. Truly, this kingdom should acknowledge such things.
Even Thako thinks you should do it.
The grandees believe that this is heresy and occultism and will not stand for it.
I see.
An inquisition must be sent.
It is unfortunate. But
Sorry, dude, I think
my
money
preferred
talks.
option is not winning. Yeah. So let me at least get the money from this.
I have my principles, damn it.
Well,
Sorry,
I
but I
mean,
think your Inquisitor was eaten by Lord Commissar's son.
Yeah, I agree. It's true. Alright.
My humblest thanks, Your August Majesty. That's too kind. There is another matter. They asked permission to name the baby after you. What do you think, Your Serene Highness? The more spoonies, the better. The child of the coast, named for you. Who knows what sort of person this baby will become?
perhaps he will become a wizard of the coast.
Hey, you can only hope you're around to see it. We'll see how the adventurer fared.
Alright, let's find out.
Your Majesty, Gondaved Vrezumzimi at your service. I've returned from the quarantine zone, and you're not dancing. Well, I found the source of the plague. 'Twas a witch with absolutely no rhythm, jealous of her dancing peers. She cursed her whole village and spread from there. I can make this problem go away by slaying the witch. Only then will the coast be truly plague-free, but I will require extra compensation.
We should deal with this as soon as possible.
A jealous witch may be the source of the dancing plague. What can be done about her? Pay the adventurer once more to deal with the witch?
Absolutely not.
Enlist the
Absolutely,
help
yes.
of the coastal army.
Probably.
The army against the whole witch, I like it.
Yeah.
Forget about the witch and the quarantine, or make the quarantine
army-
permanent.
Will just fail. It will catch the plague. The Witcher is what you send to deal with the witches.
I'd like to
I
point
think we make
out
the quarantine
there
permanent.
is- The army dealing with it will just get it done. Let us be done with this, and also the quarantine can break. Let's be clear. Then you'd just be letting it loose into the world at a later date. Let us deal with this here and now through the help of the army.
Through the help of the professional who deals with witches. No need to cripple the army.
I got
No,
a veto.
quarantine's working.
I got to
Make it
veto the
permanent.
Witcher option.
Yep.
Sorry.
Make it permanent. Make it permanent. It'll
Then
decrease.
may I suggest instead at least forgetting the witch entirely? That is also an option.
I think the army can handle it. The regular army should handle this.
So the coast is green or red? Oh, sorry, yellow.
The coast is green.
Coast is us patricians.
Yeah, I think decreasing.
Thank God for veto powers.
ye-
Woo.
I have no idea.
Fucking grandees.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was
The
close.
quarantine's working. Make it permanent.
It really isn't. It's not going to last.
Oh, there was a tie.
I'd like to
Yep.
point out this would raise your defiance even further, my lord.
You have to point
This
out
does
that
not
it.
help.
I say
But
we
it-
send in the army.
Thank you, my lord. Always good
It's
to
a
have your
trade up.
support.
No.
The patricians send in soldiers to scour the countryside from the witch. Not long after the adventurer mysteriously disappears. The coast military is now weak. More than a few witches are strung up after controversial trials by Metronome, but you can never be sure that you got your target if she indeed existed at all. Eventually you relent and end the quarantine. The soldiers reported that it was mostly safe anyway, if a little lifeless.
Grade went up. No.
About your heir. Your marriage to Ada is not what you hoped. She seldom sleeps in your bed, and over breakfast you exchange only a few frosty words before she departs to the chapel.
Or a few frosty flakes.
The last thing on your mind is procuring an heir. But the needs of the kingdom must prevail. The Queen Mother says congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. About affairs, yeah. Thought it was, well, it could be expected. You're still in power, aren't you? Still got the crown on your head. That's what matters. You've done well so far, but something's still missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child laying around somewhere.
Oh, man.
I'm sure my wife wants an heir as much as I do.
Oh, she doesn't.
Hey, if she wants to say queen, she will. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from your ruling so you can get down to business.
Wow, that's a long session of child making.
Yeah, but king's gotta do what king's gotta do.
Gonna take that long to pry her out of her holy books.
In the darkest depths of the eastern forest, Count Andy has gathered his fellow plotters around a mossy stone obelisk.
Some of our bribes have been accepted, but not enough. In the king is Spain, the palace watch well enough that their loyalties aren't easily swayed.
So we have some of the watch.
No. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
So we have some of the watch in our pocket. Isn't that enough?
No, not yet. We can't make a move until we're sure we won't be discovered.
The Count's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. Deep in the south, a grandee paces back and forth along the balcony of his hillside villa. I'm told that progress is slow. How could they be so blind, trusting in that fool of a king after everything he's done? The grandee's aim is to raise other regions' combined defiance to 8 or more, or start a rebellion. Oh, tax season again. Oh, the patricians invest wisely in wine imports, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. I see no reason. Are you guys still there?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You guys were just very quiet.
I'm not trying to influence your decision. I trust your judgment completely.
Likewise. By all means, my lord, this is your choice.
Well, this is a tough one. I don't want to make anyone any more unhappy than they already are. So I think I'm going to leave taxes common across the board. Except for the grandees.
Really?
Well, yeah, I'll leave it the way they are. I see no reason to punish the grandees for anything they've done.
You got lower defiance in the counts.
At great cost, though. I don't see a need
Not
to
if
do
you
that.
not if you impose the tax on the grandees at the same time.
They gotta pay for that Witcher. Noble kidnapped.
Your Highness, the loyal and noble grandee Dr. Insano has been taken hostage.
Oh no!
What is this? What would kidnappers want with Dr. Insano?
It's some criminal organization. These horrid miscreants demand gold and safe passage to Ashmead in exchange for Dr. Insano's return.
Grandy Dr. Insano is being held for ransom. What is the Crown's response? Pay the ransom for Dr. Insano's release. Send the South troops after the kidnappers, which has a 70% chance of working. Or ignore the letter and let Dr. Insano rot.
We should do everything in our power to make sure that Dr. Insano stays, with his head on his shoulders still.
Well,
We should not risk the military intervention.
Well, I'm vetoing the paying the ransom. We do not negotiate with terrorists.
They're not terrorists.
Why, Lord?
They just want safe passage.
I'm for us going in after the kidnappers.
I would suggest just ignoring the letter entirely. Dr. Insano can take care of himself.
I don't think he can.
Let's ignore the letter. I agree. Nothing bad will come out of this.
People were pretty decisive on this one.
Fair enough. The council has spoken.
People love Dr. Insano.
No, not all the council has spoken, but yeah, there is no way to sway this
Yep.
at this point.
Oh, we have 21 people.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna post
In
on
here now.
Twitter. I'm
Awesome.
gonna repost a link to the stream.
Cool.
1 second.
We're almost full on people, really.
That's
True,
true.
yeah, because it goes to 24.
Okay. The voting is closed. We will send the South troops after the kidnappers, and they did such a great job with Ortega. The outlaws are no
Yeah, we
match for
did
the
it.
South's forces, which rushed to Dr. Insano's aid. During their raid, Southern fighters even recover a hoard of gold and gems, shared between the Treasury and the Grandees. Specifically,
yeah.
1,432 gold pieces.
I didn't get any of that. Oh no, I got a little bit of that. Nice.
Excellent. Your Majesty, do you recall the loan agreement I signed with the patricians?
Oh no.
Vaguely. It turns out there were some hidden catches. See, the interest they're charging looked very reasonable at first, but it's doubling every 2 weeks. Before long, things will get exponential.
What do you mean before long? That's how it works.
How didn't you spot that? It was written in obnoxiously small print. Each letter was the size of an ant's breakfast. Luckily, the patricians aren't pressing us for repayment, yet. But there are signs they're tricking the other regions into similar agreements. They're a trade powerhouse, the main economic engine of the kingdom. We need to call a council vote and stop the patricians before it's too late.
I agree.
How will the council stop the patricians from buying up everyone's debts? Hit the coast with a punishing trade embargo?
Ooh.
Pay off the other region's debts from the treasury, delay scheme for 1 season. Or we can't do anything about debt. What are we, economists?
We should. I think we should go with paying the debt right now.
That's insane.
No, that works.
That
That's fine.
I'm gonna call for unity.
okay. What are you calling for?
I'm not calling for anything in particular. I'm just saying
Just in
you guys,
general,
you guys should agree.
Okay. Okay.
I would like to just say that we are fine with paying off the debts of the treasury.
Strangely enough, I agree with this. I think we should pay off the debts and just let the patricians have their way, so it doesn't become a bigger problem in the future. I think hitting it with a trade embargo is the wrong idea. Hey, Dr. Insano lived.
Nice.
Speaking bluntly, my fellow patricians, we were unlikely to get them to ever do anything nothing to do with to do C. So realistically, this is our best option.
Ooh, a lot of people are picking the trade embargo.
Who among the patricians voted for the trade embargo? You.
You noops.
You fool! You call yourself a patrician.
Okay, well, I'm calling the vote here.
If we pay them off, then there's nothing to stop them from exploiting the other regions.
I'm calling the vote. Delay scheme for 1 season. The other regions are grateful for the gold. The patricians are upset, but there's nothing they can do but grumble. That increased defiance.
It increased one, but decreased another.
Oh, I see it.
Because they're grumbling, but everyone else is...
Fine.
Yeah.
You've hampered the patricians' efforts, but not permanently. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. Was that everything? Oh, a pillar of the community. Hey, it's your favorite guy, you noops.
Uh-oh. Damn it, the Discord stream stopped again.
Yeah, the Discord stream froze again.
Sorry, I'll fix it.
Fucking traitor. Look at him. He's in the friggin' Grandee's camp. He's cavorting with the enemy.
Oh my gosh.
Your August
All right.
Majesty, I have to bring this matter to you, but there's no other way. We've been tracking a coastal criminal who's wanted in conjunction with a high number of profile incidents back home. We thought she'd slipped the net until recently when we discovered she fled into the south a number of years ago. But the Grandees are refusing to let us investigate further. We don't know her real name, but the citizens call her Widowmaker Ellie. She's lied, cheated, and murdered her way halfway across the coast.
Wait a moment, are you talking about old lady Ellie? She's a pillar of the community back in Haranza. She arrived a few years ago from the coast and used her wealth to invest in local businesses and set up an orphanage. Everyone loves her.
Surely you jest. Old Lady Ellie? The woman is a bloodthirsty criminal and must be punished. Should Old Lady Ellie be extradited to the coast to face justice for her past crimes? Should we send Old Lady Ellie back to the coast? Allow Ellie to stay in the south under protection of the Grandees? Or summon her to the capital to answer the king's justice?
I think the only option here that we can pick is that if it comes to this choice where we have a criminal on the one hand and a pillar of the community on the other hand, the only way to avoid the public's wrath is to place this choice in the hands of the king.
I personally think
accept
we should send Old Lady Ellie back to the coast.
Well, we would appreciate this option, my lord. We would also accept answering to the king's justice as well.
Very well. Then I leave it to the council.
Well, I see as usual money talks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Unsure as to whose trade is affected by this one.
Yours.
Oh, is it?
She's the one that's doing all this.
Right, doing stuff for the community. Right. Damn it, I don't know why we voted for that then. Oh well.
Because you saw trade down and you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I figured, oh well. But Old Lady Ellie sits my cat every Wednesday. Who's going to look after our pussykins now?
I'm sorry, Grandy, but she needs to face justice. The families of her victims deserve that much. The council's decision paints you as a fair and just king.
Ugh.
But without Ellie's money and influence, several businesses in Haranza go bust.
Well, that's the season.
Alright. Monarch's Iron Choice. I can mark my preferred voting option. If chosen, I gain authority. Anonymous voting. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. I don't see how that benefits me at all, ever.
It's a shame that you can only pick 3.
It's hidden. It's hidden from us too.
Nobles must vote for their least favorite option.
Because we're watching your screen,
Yeah.
it makes all voting anonymous.
But not for although, yeah.
Yeah, because we're seeing it off that screen.
I'm
I was
gonna
wondering if the internet people. Would
I'm gonna
see
get nutty here. I'm gonna say reverse voting.
Interesting.
So if I institute reverse voting, you vote for your least favorite option.
Yeah, that
Alright.
would be interesting. Let's see.
How often are people going to forget that entirely?
Well, I'll remind you before we do it. Horror in the East.
Golden Choice is just really
Your
powerful,
Highness.
isn't it?
Your Highness, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside.
Sounds ghastly. How many victims?
Commissar's son.
Dozens, Your
Yep.
Majesty, and only a few have survived the attacks. The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amid mountain of blood-soaked fur.
A warwolf. How should the
warwolf.
council deal with the monster in the East?
David Arquette.
Send the count's army to deal with the abomination? Offer a substantial bounty
Hugh
on
Jackman.
the monster? Or this is no concern of ours?
I would say this is clearly not the case that we had previously. This is no one's son, as far as we know.
I feel my hand is
No
forced here.
extension
I have
fee.
to vote against apathy. So I'm vetoing this as no
Yes.
concern of ours.
Yes,
Right.
and I think we should catch this monster, and to do that, we should incentivize the people. We should offer a bounty on the monster.
No, we should just send the army.
I have
Yeah,
to.
but-
I have to say. I
Why risk the people?
As the most substantial military force of the kingdom, I agree. Let the Count's army deal with this.
The
Truly,
Count's
this is
army
more- this is their job.
Is good against other armies, not against monsters.
I have to support the bounty idea, but that's just me. We'll see how it goes. Ooh, it's close.
Not close anymore.
They just want to see if the 35% chance passes.
No, it won't. Nothing works in this game.
Hey, I actually won a 30% chance thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once.
Once.
Every other time we had any challenge, it failed.
Okay.
Well, this was.
We will send in the
the
Count's
decision
army
of
to
the
deal with
council.
the abomination. Military challenge failed. The
told
regiment
you.
marches in circles for weeks through swamps and mud, but fails to hunt down the elusive beast. When they return, many soldiers appear to
damn.
have brought back some manner of disease from the bog. They're coughing, pale, and too weak to hold their swords. Meanwhile, the monster's attacks continue to menace the east. You hear reports that it no longer confines its attacks to nighttime. Soon,
Ugh.
peasants are too afraid to tend to their crops, which lie rotting in the fields.
Shouldn't it be fertilizing the soil? I guess
Ooh.
not.
A vanity project. The chief architect bustles into your office carrying an armful of parchment. Statues can be torn down, paintings can be burned. Don't you think it's time you left a lasting mark on this kingdom? I propose we carve your majesty's visage into the side of a mountain. It will take dozens of artists thousands of hours, but you'll always be remembered.
But who will be the other 3 people?
That does sound pleasing. I'm glad you think so, your majesty. It'll be the talk of the kingdom and beyond. You call a vote to discuss this outrageous plan. A mountainside carved in your likeness will surely get people talking, but it'll take time and a lot of gold. Should the chief architect carve the king's likeness into a mountain?
Yes.
Go ahead with the project. It'll be
No.
a wonder of the world. yes, and the nobles will fund it, or this is an idea best left forgotten, which will increase trade.
We should definitely do it.
This is an idea best left forgotten.
I say we reverse vote.
Uh-huh.
Vote for your least
Vote
favorite
for the
option.
least favorite option. Okay.
Vote for the option you don't want.
Okay.
Okay. Music is so pleasant.
This game is good, but it's stressful.
Interesting. So we have a tie. So, now this is confusing. Do I vote for my least favorite one, or do I vote for the one I want to pass?
I think at this
Vote for
point
the one you want to pass.
you want to pass.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how it
A
goes.
mountain with your image. How can you say no to that?
This is an idea probably best left forgotten, but let me think. I don't want to spend $2,000 on it, that's for sure.
A huge. Oh, wait.
That will put the kingdom dangerously close to bankrupt, Your Majesty.
Yes.
When the results of the vote are announced, the chief architect sighs in disappointment. Oh well, I guess I'll have to focus my work elsewhere. He decides to train up enterprising architects and builders across the kingdom, sharing his knowledge. Many of the nobles make use of his new expertise to renovate their estates. Trade is now increased across the realm.
Whee!
Well, that's good.
Dominant trade.
You like a spot
Yeah.
of heresy? Your Grace, I'm stunned, outraged, and incensed. I've been summoned to trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charge. They're claiming I'm a part of a cult because of the peculiar design of my crest, and how I have exactly 10 people at every meal, and these strange noises from hidden chambers. It's ridiculous. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the Council must intervene, Your Grace.
Though she remains silent, the council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. How will the council handle the accused? Search for a witness to defend Count Raw Metal? Help the Inquisition gather evidence against Raw Metal? Or suggest he pray for a good outcome?
None of those are good.
50% stability.
But we definitely
40%
should
faith.
not throw one of our own to the wolves. Let's at least try to
Or
find
just
a witness.
50% chance.
Good luck and pray.
Yeah, good luck and pray.
Let's do... I'm gonna suggest... Let's see. Monarch's Golden Choice. I'm gonna help the Inquisition. Help the Inquisition gather evidence against Raw Metal.
Wow.
I'm gonna be the.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the voice of chaos here a little bit.
Okay. Money talks.
Yeah, money talks.
Honestly, with the way it goes in Faith in the Kingdom, it's entirely possible that helping evidence against Rommel will indeed help his odds of being innocent.
And if he's convicted, it might help my authority.
Win-win.
I like money. Golden choice is really powerful. Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's better than I thought. Faith challenge failed. Oh no, stability is now teetering. The High Inquisitor's
no.
poor agents are pestered to distraction by the Eastern locals and bogged down with false leads. With no solid proof of cult activity, the trial quickly reaches an impasse. Reluctantly, the High Inquisitor is forced to drop the charges.
I knew it.
Damn.
Whoops. Alright. Let me show you something. These documents represent the accumulated debts of all the other regions in the kingdom. How did you manage that? I thought they'd know better than to accept loans from us. Oh, they did, but there are plenty of independent moneylenders, and they've taken loans over the years. Banks in Kirth, Atesh, and Tavalin. I bought up all those debts for myself. Something changed over here. I missed. Oh, military.
The military went up.
Went up. Tavalin was so pleased with the generosity of my terms, they even offered us an alliance. If the patricians are ever in trouble, Tavalinese soldiers will march to our aid. Genius! So now the counts and grandees owe us half their wealth, and the king owes us absolutely everything? Indeed, all that's left to decide is what we do when it's time to collect. How should the patricians take advantage of the debts they are owed? Graciously and raise stability, or squeeze every last drop of gold from the kingdom? Goal, raise own military.
Let us be gracious, my kind. We must be generous.
That Unoops guy voted against you again.
Oh, boy.
That Unoops
Genuinely a traitor.
guy is a thorn in your side.
Genuinely a traitor.
Graciously forgive all debts in exchange for the throne. The peaceful solution, I like it. For this to work, the kingdom must be stable. If the rule of law collapses, no one will care about paying their debts anyway. Agreed. What do you think, my soon-to-be queen? It's not the way I choose to ascend the throne, but it's a damn sight better than sitting around my villa twiddling my thumbs. For the final stage of their scheme, the patricians must raise stability to at least 6. At least one region has entered the final stage of their scheme. If they pass it, they'll win the game. There are some exceptions. If 2 or more regions pass a final scheme stage, the winner will be decided at random. I don't like that at all. If stability, authority, or treasury hit 0 and a final scheme passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. If a rebellion ends with a rebellion win and a final scheme stage passes at the same time, the scheme takes priority. The monarch can only win in ambition events, which will appear after you've acquired an heir. Which I still need to get to. Speaking of heirs, let's get to that. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Yay!
But is it your child or just
Hope so. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My daughter.
Yay, it's a gender reveal party.
Yeah, pretty much.
The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Yay.
Very yay.
Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Selection error.
There we go.
Spoonie 2.
Very imaginative, Your Majesty. How delightful, Your Grace. I'm sure little Spoonie 2 will grow up to be a chip of the old block.
Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. Are you okay, man?
I'm good.
That sounded terrible.
Yeah.
It's like a plague of rats.
Grandy Josh the man strides into the council chambers distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail.
The fields and barns of the south are overrun by vermin, and we've no more poison for these horrible things. We can't cope anymore.
Can the council help resolve the southern rat plague? Take that rat and go. The south can handle this alone, which will be a test for the farming. Deliver a supply of rat poison, which will test stability. Send them a shipment of cats, which will cost money. Or hire some witchers to clear out the rodents.
I mean, what do adventurers do best? They kill giant and not so giant rats.
I don't know why we're complaining about it. We can probably handle this, honestly.
Probably.
What, you're actually saying take the rat and go?
Yeah.
I veto.
Honestly.
All right.
Let's hire some
Very well.
adventurers.
Hire some adventurers to clear out the rodents. Deals with the problem, gets it over with.
Rat slayers. You want to hire rat
Everyone's
slayers?
happy.
No, just send us a bunch of cats. It's fine.
It's novice adventurers. It's what they do. It's what they're adventuring for. It's their life goals
First level
to
adventurers,
kill rats.
maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, you hire some adventurers to clear out rats. In about a month, you've got demigods wandering around that are assisting you in your quest for the throne. Ultimately, it all works out.
People want to test the stability of the kingdom here. The grandees have chosen rat poison.
Some tight voting we have here.
It's close.
Have 2 more people.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna call it. And
close.
now.
I don't know why you vetoed that option. These are all
Because
really
I need
bad.
farming. I need farming.
Yes, and the farming could go up.
No, it couldn't.
Not at this rate.
There's a chance to roll.
I'm gonna deliver a supply of rat poison.
All right.
Very well, my lord.
Failed.
Of course.
You send barrels of poison to the south. They're closely guarded, but during the night one of the barrels goes missing. Word gets out and rumors erupt. Who stole a barrel? Is it an assassination plot? Is the king poisoning citizens of the south? Was the rat infestation a cover story all along? QAnon will tell you the truth.
Oh my god. No.
The rats die off, but
Turn
the
the
unrest remains.
rats gay.
Stop turning the rats gay!
The rats.
Ah! Ah!
Now let me tell you about this supply of blueberry muffins.
When will you learn that you should not ever have any challenges in this game? They will always fail.
I passed one, okay?
At least.
I don't
I
like
believe this is
8
two.
by this point.
Ugh.
Your Majesty, the eastern farms are tragically running into problems.
Yeah, you're telling me.
My barley is suffering and spoiling too many brews. We need funds for fertilizer.
Depths below, is that all? Our ships are in poor condition. They're full of holes and mostly tar. We'll have pirates on our shores if it goes on like this.
Complain all you want. We can't eat weaponry.
How should the crown aid these nobles? Give funds to the east to help the farms? Fund the coastal military?
Provide funding for both regions.
Provide funding for both regions? Or leave them to their troubles?
Fuck him.
Fuck 'em.
We are fine
Right.
with giving funds to the farms. Ultimately,
We're gonna
that is all
do-
the crown is wishing.
We're gonna do reverse voting.
Oh
Why?
no.
This is gonna be
Well-
a disaster.
This is gonna be a disaster.
Oh no.
I say that you should vote for, reverse voting. Don't vote
Yeah.
for A. Don't
Okay.
vote. Excellent.
And I suppose farms it is then.
Yep.
Noops, I think you're definitely voting against us here.
You've got a malcontent in your group here.
Yeah.
No kidding. A guy you are not aware of what team you're on.
Lord Patrician Sarah and some of the patricians shake their heads and leave abruptly. Farming is now fertile, defiance is reduced. The coast is unhappy. And the Count's wealth is increased. Still, Count Joker Venom thanks you enthusiastically, and later sends you a hefty sheaf of barley as a token of appreciation. It's very large. You send it straight to the Royal Brewery. End season. Oh, here we go. You guys got some cash to spend now. Why would a deer park reduce farming?
Because you abandoned the farms for the nature preserve.
My peers, it is time for the library to cement the core of our plot. I mean, the core of our knowledge.
I would say it's time to put the criminals behind bars.
Yeah,
I think so
prison.
And also increase our military might of our kingdom.
I say this: the country needs a little less stability, a little more thrills. So, you know, it needs excitement.
Don't you want that deer park, my lord?
No, I don't. I think
Anything
a
but the
prison.
deer park, huh?
I think a prison would be much better. It's gonna be one expensive prison, but all right. Holy cow! Nobody wants a cathedral, it seems.
And the race is on.
People demand a prison, it seems.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's a tight race between a library and a fortress.
My fellow patricians, give deeply because you know where this is going.
Apparently, the counts really want that military.
I mean, after our military has been so wisely sent to patrol the bogs,
Buildings funded.
I swear to God, you noob, if you put money towards the fortress or the prison.
Thank you, Dr. Insano, for funding our prison.
Ugh.
He believes in law and order now, since he got
Right.
kidnapped. The uninvited guest.
it's a cat inside a cat.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that movie. Yeah. Council has ended for the day, and you're off to visit your wife Ada for a catch-up. But as you put your hand on the door to your chambers, you hear giggling coming from inside. Spoony! The king, I mean, your highness! Oh wait, no, this is Andy.
Oh yeah. The king. I mean, your highness.
How could you? We're married. This better not be what I think it is. That's when you recognize the second person in the room. Brissimer, a Count of the East. He's renowned for being a heartbreaker,
Oh.
and you've crossed paths many times around the palace.
Oh no.
I can see you two have a few things to talk about.
Is my daughter half black? What is it?
Yes, your lower half.
Oh no.
He slips out of the room, leaving you and Ada to stare each other down. I'm not mad, just disappointed. You know how these things are. It's hard for people to keep their hands off me, and we all need a bit of relaxation every now and again, no?
There's
Whatever.
so many jokes I could do I don't want to do.
Spare me the excuses. Excuses? My darling, it's simply the truth. Don't tell me you haven't considered having a bit of fun on the side, too. Well, she's got a sword right now, so I'm not going to argue with her.
She shows up,
I mean,
she takes your money, and she, after a month, sleeps with you, and then she goes off to smoke some
I
pot.
He's
What
completely
sword
devoted to the
blade.
ninth god, like me. We've had so many incredible theological discussions. It's how we met, too, during one of the Archbishop's services. Do what you want. I'd rather not get involved. Thank you. I appreciate your candor and your ability to separate your feelings from what's right. Why, it's almost like you're a king or something. With one more cheeky wink, she heads out of the room, leaving you alone with her thoughts. Betrayed. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the father of the nation. But so far, you've not convinced anyone. The kingdom's farms aren't producing enough food, Your Majesty. The peasants can't rely on you. That didn't help.
How much did you need? What
I don't know.
Number did you? Oh, that's weird.
It to be high.
Or maybe it's just nothing. Maybe it's like just a
Your
start
current
of
ambition
your-
isn't working out for you. If you want to stop the nobles from overthrowing you, you need to pivot, change your image. My advice would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies. Defeat their schemes with schemes of our own. But your other advisors have other ideas. We should crush these disloyal nobles, smash their armies, and force them to submit. Your Majesty, if you help us spread the zeal of the ninth god, the church will lend our full support. With the backing of the church, the nobles wouldn't dare move against you. Don't listen to the rest of these fools. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sagas? It's a lost artifact forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any king who recovers it will rule over a golden age.
Sounds junk.
Your authority is pretty high, so I would say authority and military is a good option.
I mean, our military kind of sucks collectively, so yeah, no, that's probably the best
Collectively,
idea.
but at least it's stable in between all
Faith
all
and
three.
trade, or stability and trade. I say we recover the Scepter of Sagas, I think.
Good luck.
A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll start sending out adventurers to track down the Scepter's location. But adventurers aren't cheap. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's overall faith and trade as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Bummer.
Remember when I came to you with word of a monster preying upon peasants in the east?
Difficult to forget.
I have reason to believe that the culprit may be one of my fellow counts. Count Andy, to be precise.
Oh no.
The peasants believe that Count Andy transforms into a colossal, bloodthirsty beast once every 7
Oh my
nights.
gosh.
Right? Who doesn't?
That sounds unlikely.
Whenever we play Jackbox, he becomes a monster that slays everyone.
I agree, but Count Andy has been noticeably absent from social engagements on the nights the beast has been seen, and also on every other night. Pray do not call a public vote on the matter. It would embarrass Count Andy greatly for no good reason.
No matter, this should be put to a vote.
On what though?
I'll send a team of investigators to investigate the inquisitors to investigate these claims.
Inquisitors.
I shall arrest Count Andy at once. Or I'll send a message to Count Andy asking him to control himself. I will send the Inquisitors to investigate these claims.
Very well, Your Highness. Whatever you say.
A team of Inquisitors are dispatched to investigate the claim that Count Andy sometimes turns into a monster. Hopefully they'll return intact. The Counts, of course, registered their disapproval with the church is meddling in their private affairs. End season.
Damn it.
We made it.
Damn it.
Deep in the south, in the back garden of a sun-bleached villa, a number of groundies crowd around a figure, raising their arms in a toast.
Here's the future King Sabino and the Golden Age on the horizon. May the Ninth God strike down the false king for his wickedness. Some of the Inquisition will be complete, and the Archbishop will crown our claimant. But what should be done with the king? All right, what are we
Burn him
voting
at
on?
the stake, of course.
Lower stability or lower authority? Authority's pretty high. I think we want to lower stability. Yep.
You gonna burn me at the stake?
Yep.
This is
Yep.
treason.
Absolutely.
Not right now, though. You know?
One treason.
When they
Alright, my lord.
dethrone you.
Would you rather be graciously left to go on your way or burned at the stake? One of us does this presently. The other one are zealots.
A glorious way to usher in the new king, I say. The Ninth God will surely be pleased.
Oh boy.
First, the current king's grip on the kingdom must be at an all-time low. We wouldn't want to face any backlash from our little fireworks show, would we?
For the final stage of the scheme, the Grandees must lower stability to 2 or less.
Wow. Alright.
It's a ways
That's
to go.
gonna
but
cause
you can
open
do it.
rebellions, though. Yeah.
But we are getting into rebellion territory.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you should definitely lower the defiance at this point.
I'm just gonna keep taxes the way they are. I think.
A mistake.
Not to help the counts much, but you might genuinely want to try bribing one or both of them.
Not with the amount of money I've got. $700 to do that? I don't think so.
Nah.
Just one, then it's fine. It doesn't even have to be us.
I'm leaving taxes straight across the board.
Interesting. Alright.
So,
Alright. So let's do the
interesting
Inquisitors.
how...
Inquisitor's return. Your Majesty, I've received word back from the Inquisitors you sent east to investigate the claims about Count Andy and his nocturnal activities.
Like, come on.
I hope for your sake they got results. We placed Count Andy in heavy iron chains and waited until nightfall. He
how is it
transformed into a
different?
vicious monster. Black fur, claws like scythes. It broke free and killed a dozen Inquisitors before we subdued it. It is clear that Count Andy is a devil worshipper, cursed by the Ninth God for his sins. We request permission to burn him alive in the town square. Do it.
Lord.
Do it.
Burning a lord
Do it.
is not gonna go over well, even if he's a.
Do I kill Andy?
Do it.
Do it.
Do we kill Andy?
This is tough. This is really hard.
Walk us through your thought process, my lord.
Well, I'm afraid Defiance, like, maybe a Defiance increase of 1 might not be so bad, but I'm afraid burning him alive in the town square might completely outrage the counts far beyond, like, we might see a Defiance increase of 2 or even 3.
I'm just curious what would happen. Like, do I just leave the game at this point?
No, you have
You're replaced with Shooter Andy the Second.
yes.
Okay.
I will hold a vote. The Ninth God is watching, Your Highness. Do not think you can defy his will.
Just push the buck down the line, whatever.
What should be done with Count Andy, the monster in the east? Send soldiers to kill him in secret. Throw him into the dungeons. Order Andy to keep control of his condition. or burn him alive in public.
Can you recruit me to be like in the military or something?
Yeah.
I think I should abstain from this vote. It's. I think I see a conflict of interest in there somewhere.
Well, I am loath to accept it, but the beast must go for the good of the kingdom.
Yes, reverse voting. More chaos.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna say reverse voting.
Okay.
Let's make it completely random what will happen.
Well,
Oh my
actually, no. Hang on.
gosh.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, vote for the option that is your least favorite. Everybody.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Looks like he's going in the dungeons. In the hole.
In the hole. Let's go.
And now that your wife is out of the picture,
Authority is now iron-fisted. When your soldiers arrive to arrest Count Andy, they are attacked by the enormous beast. It slays dozens of knights.
Wow.
why were my knights sent? What the?
Once finally
Come
wounded
on.
beyond hope of recovery, it turns back into human shape. Count Andy lies on the floor, frail and soaked in blood.
Please, release me of my curse.
Count Andy is chained up in the dungeons beneath your palace. For months, your dreams are haunted by his howling. Unfortunately, rumor spreads in the east that the king refused to punish the monster that devastated so many peasant families. The good word. Greetings, Spoonie. I've had an idea. As you know, the people of the South are quite pious. As a member of the royal household and an avid adherent to the church myself, I thought I might go back to my homeland for a time and take the opportunity to preach in your favor. Why? It's my duty as your wife, isn't it? And besides, it'll be good for us both for you to be more popular. Go forth and teach them to love me. Yes.
Does she know how?
60%, likely
Yeah.
she does.
60%, yeah.
Wonderful. I'll make the preparations immediately.
Oh, this is going to go horribly.
Word
Let's find
spreads
out.
fast that the Queen Consort is planning a tour of the South. Thousands flock to the towns and villages where she plans to stop. Once she arrives,
Oh,
Ada
look.
gives a series of impassioned speeches to the locals, preaching at length about your good standing with the church. It strikes a chord. The Spymaster happily announces that your popularity is rising all across the region.
Damn, still doing it. No.
Good job, my wife.
All right, actually worked out.
My wife.
No lie.
Your Majesty, I have the most exciting news. Our hired adventurers have discovered the ancient manuscript hidden deep in the mountains. It speaks of the Scepter of Sages. Sages, not sagas. I can't believe it's a
Yeah.
saga. And it was written by Queen Alma herself. Worried about what would happen to the kingdom after she died, she hid the Scepter of Sages so her enemies couldn't find it. So where is
I've
it?
played Fear. I don't trust Queen Alma.
It's in a warren of caves within the Black Wheel Forest, Your Majesty, near the capital. It's been under our noses this whole time. I've taken the liberty of sending out more adventurers. They'll clear this area and get inside. We're close, I can feel it. I do hope so, Your Majesty. Ah, this is almost bracing. I don't usually get to do this sort of thing. I'm usually stuck in my office all day. As soon as the adventurers return, the treasurer comes to tell you the news. Oh. I didn't see what the percentage chance was, but I can't believe I
It was
failed
like
it.
60. It was pretty high.
It's practically a maze down there, and the adventurers decided this wasn't lucrative enough. It's proving difficult,
Hey,
Your
don't
Majesty.
look at us.
Okay. All right, we'll try again. I'll see what I can do. There are plenty
Don't
of
look
others we
at
can
us.
hire for the job. To
Level
improve your
9
chances of
trade.
victory,
Like,
focus on increasing the kingdom's faith and trade as much as possible in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt.
Okay, so you're in your end game as well. Interesting.
Yep. And,
I could have won it there, I think, if just now.
Yeah, you could have.
thing is-
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, the longer he is in his endgame, the easier it is for him, not for us.
Yep.
All right. Royal.
so our
Gam-
whole goal is to destroy or raise the stability, or
Stop the count!
The timer is set to
Stop the
15 seconds, and the vote will automatically close once the timer is over.
No way.
oh my god.
Stop the count!
Oh, that's evil.
600 treasury for the nobles vote. If the nobles vote for the selected option, if the nobles vote otherwise, minus 200 treasury.
Yes, is a gamble again.
Let's do anonymous voting. I'm curious.
Okay.
That'll be interesting.
All right.
Question is, what are you going to replace?
I replaced, I believe, the golden choice. I think.
Golden, yeah, golden trust.
Well, no gold trust then.
Howling from below.
Andy, you still here?
Ever since you locked up that accursed Eastern monster in the dungeons beneath your palace, your dreams have been filled with howling. Tonight is
And
the
howling
same.
too.
Howling inside your head, incessant. Suffer through it? Wait, head down to the dungeon and confront the monster, order that the monster be killed, or suffer through it. I'll suffer through it. Your nights are disrupted for weeks to come. In your sleep-deprived state, you snap at your advisors and mumble through your speeches like a zombie.
Oh no, you become a zombie now!
Nobles and peasants alike whisper that you're looking extraordinarily tired these days. But at least Count Andy stays locked up for good. Andy is dead. Andy too has joined the council. Workers on strike. Let's see. Your August Majesty, I need help with my laborers. The coast is prosperous and living conditions are improving, but they still want more. They've gone on strike demanding better pay and fewer hours. Many have thrown down their tools and started squatting on my property. Let's deliberate with the council. What will the council do about striking workers in the coast? Send in the coastal troops? Issue a royal proclamation ordering the strikers to stand down, which is a test of my authority. Compensate the workers with funds from the treasury, or give them what they want.
Give them what they want. Give them what they want.
Let's just pay the problem to go away. We can pay them once, and then they'll stop.
Your Majesty,
If
this
we
will
give
increase the trade of the kingdom. This is ultimately what you want for your own outcomes, isn't it?
If you give them what they want, they will have this again and again.
Yes.
I think you should stop them from undermining your authority and issue a royal proclamation ordering the strikers to stand down.
I think this should be an anonymous vote.
Huh.
Let's see.
Okay.
Very well, my lord.
No, it's anonymous, but you can still see the number of the votes.
Oh, I see. You just can't see who is voting for what.
That's a lot less useful than I thought.
Yeah, it's not as interesting as I was expecting, yeah.
It means I can't prove that Anubis is scheming against me still.
Okay, looks like we're sending in
This
the
person-
army. Yep.
Aggravating.
The patricians employ one of their regular mercenary companies to move into Squib's land and break the strikes. They scatter the disorganized peasants easily. There is some bloodshed, but the workers return to their jobs, muttering rebelliously against the nobles and the crown alike. Stability is now turbulent. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
An invasion of privacy.
Wonderful job, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're reading a nice book when the rain hammers your bedroom
It's
windows.
not over yet.
When you're interrupted by a startling noise. It's coming from the next room over and... oh. Ever since your wife, Ada, and Count Ricimer started seeing each other more often, they've been enjoying themselves a little too much. Keep it down in there. If they heard you, they make no indication of it. You bury your nose in your book. But it's too much to ignore. If you can hear them, surely someone else will? Striding into the spare room, you throw the door open in a huff.
Blood and stars, your highness, you scared me.
God above, Spoonie, what are you doing in here? For the love of the ninth god, be quiet or I'm having you both thrown out. 100% authority chance. Yeah. Your stern words instill some fear into the pair. They promise to be more discreet in the future. Indeed, you certainly hear a lot less of them in the coming days. Excellent. Ooh. Looks like you two have a vested interest in my stability here.
Uh-huh.
No kidding.
Ours is where it needs to be.
Boiling point. Uh-oh, I think the stability here is, come to bite me.
Let's see here.
Yes. Yes, it has.
You struggle to keep
I
your eyes
think
open as you pour over your letters late
one.
one night. The candle burns low. Just as you're about to get a nose full of ink, there's a soft knock
Damn.
at your door.
Well played. Game's over.
Oh, is it over?
Let's see. I
It
think
looks
so,
like-
because yellow's not there on the board anymore. I think this is a yellow victory.
Isn't that your job? Many think you're a monster, if not literally, then figure. Looks like I'm gonna get burned at the stake then.
Yup.
There's a mob forming outside, and I think it's about to turn violent. Somewhere between angrily waving torches and pitchforks about and putting the king on a block and chopping its head off, I reckon. Oh, no, there's a stake involved. It's a... Your marshal leads you down to winding staircases to a secret exit where your wife is waiting for you. Are you alright, dearest? This is quite unexpected. Yeah, we're getting usurped.
Yeah, this is the witch hunt.
Through
You
the palace
could have been
windows, a
royally
pack
paid
of city
for
folk
it.
are pelting tomatoes at your beleaguered watch. This way, your majesties. You're led down a dark tunnel, your honor guard following closely behind. You realize before long that your marshal is leading you through the catacombs that crisscross the underbelly of the city. When you emerge from the darkness, you're far from the palace next to an old canal. Not to worry, your highness, we will meet with the army and crush this would-be revolt before it begins. Over there, it's the king! You pick up the pace, but a horde of peasants are soon chasing you down the streets, calling for your blood. As you round a corner, a familiar figure is waiting, flanked by a dozen inquisitors in blood-red hoods. Greetings, sinner.
Damn.
Reason with the High Inquisitor, run for your life, hand yourself over, or stand your ground and fight. Run. You try to bolt down an alleyway, but almost immediately your battle nuns close ranks, blocking your path in complete silence. I trusted you. Did you believe the Sisterhood of Steel would follow a corrupt king over the Ninth God himself? I'm sorry, Your Highness, I should have known. The High Inquisitor just sneers.
You handed him the kingdom.
It's hard to run with all this extra gold. Ha! You think you can bribe a servant of the Ninth God? You are a fool as well as a heathen. Yeah. Hand yourself over. Moments later, you're being paraded through the town as peasants hurl rotten fruit and bricks from their windows. I almost had this one, you know.
I know, it was so close.
I had no chance.
By the time you get to Arl Square, a crowd is gathered and pyre erected. Shouts of heretic, monster, and sinner are being tossed around like a pigskin ball. As you're hoisted onto the stake... Oh, don't describe how I get burned.
Oh, wow. Damn.
You might as well read the... You might as well read the High Inquisitor for me, because I'm getting... This is my sentence.
Right. You are hereby found guilty of high crimes against the Ninth God and his followers, including blasphemy, apostasy, profanity, and treason. Do you have any last words?
You can't even pronounce the charges against me. This is a farce.
No one uses the word apostate anymore!
It's all lies. I'm innocent. The crowd roars in defiance. You're not sure they believed you.
Stuff is still changing.
The
Why?
flames grow higher, higher, higher,
Labor.
until you're engulfed. Your reign ends in ash.
The reign is over. Exit game.
The fiery, spectacular fate of King Spoony passed into legend, an enduring lesson in the power of the Ninth Church. The Count's attempts to worm their way into the palace was uncovered, and a number of arrests were made. Count Andy ended his life chained upside down in a dungeon wall.
What's funny is this was unrelated to my plot.
Yeah.
It's just a completely bad luck.
The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. Ever practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for a time to scheme once more. The Inquisition's bonfires blazed in every street of the kingdom. With heretics and dissenting voices disposed of, the grandees crowned Sabina to rule over the ashes. The other nobles did not dare protest.
Damn.
We were betrayed from within.
Oh, wow.
We had a shot.
It was so tight on all counts.
It was so close. I had a
not for
60% chance of winning this one, and I got
Yep.
bit. Still, well
What
done.
killed me was that last event giving 2 levels down in stability instead of just 1.
Yeah, that really cost me bad.
I had absolutely no chance because the
you
last
bad.
2 seasons there were no events that lowered the treasury at all.
Yeah, there wasn't like a weird like event that automatically lowered the treasury or like gave like a really good incentive as to why to do that.
Wait, you weren't the poorest noble, dude.
And I was like $432 away from my goal.
Damn.
Well, that's the game. Well done, everybody.
That's the game. Yeah.
Well played. Well played. God damn it.
Maria, you did very good at basically decimating my my lens. There was nothing that I excelled at by the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know how we pulled it off. I think we had some really good players and in the Grandees playing the long game.
Real good players in the Grandees and the Patricians.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was just the one. Everyone else in the Patricians voted quite well as well,
enough.
honestly.
That is enough. That was enough. We had the vote split too much, and you guys just got the right ones.
Yeah.
I'll let it go after this game, but let me be salty now.
All right. Well, I think it's a good time to call an end to the stream. Thank you everyone
I
for
think so.
coming. Thank you guys for playing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a blast.
And thanks, Shazam, for teaching us this game. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for playing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'll see you guys next time.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.